Every relationship creates a shared space, a place where identity, attachment, and individuality begin to overlap. But connection was never meant to erase who you are. In Relational Gravity, we explore the psychology behind closeness and how me and we can exist at the same time without either one disappearing. Relationships don't just change our routines. They reshape our psychology. Over time, two individuals begin to think, decide, and even feel as a collective we. But the question is, what happens when the mind adapts so completely that individuality becomes negotiable? Tonight, we explore relational gravity, the quiet psychological pull that draws two identities closer, sometimes closer than either person realizes. In the beginning, merging feels natural. Decisions become shared, schedules begin to overlap, language shifts from I like to we prefer. Nothing about this feels harmful. In fact, it often feels like emotional safety. Psychologically, the brain interprets closeness as protection. Shared identity reduces uncertainty, and uncertainty is something the human nervous system constantly tries to minimize. So, we adapt. Not because we are weak, not because we are losing ourselves on purpose, but because connection encourages synchronization. Two lives begin to align, and alignment feels like belonging. Over time, partners unconsciously adjust to each other's rhythm. You start liking the same shows. You stop suggesting certain restaurants. You learn which opinions create harmony and which ones create tension. These adjustments rarely feel like sacrifices. They feel like cooperation. And this is where relational gravity begins to form, a psychological pull toward shared identity. The brain rewards agreement. It rewards predictability. It rewards emotional stability. So small differences fade into the background quietly. There's a subtle moment many people don't notice. You stop asking yourself what you want first. Instead, your thoughts begin with, what works for us? What makes sense for both of us? What keeps the peace? The truth is, none of these questions are wrong. But when they become automatic, identity starts shifting from internal reference to relational reference. You are no longer navigating life as an individual who happens to be partnered. You are navigating life as part of a system. And systems have gravity. They pull toward balance, even if that balance requires quiet adjustments. From a psychological perspective, merging identities isn't a failure. It is an adaptive response. Humans are wired for attachment. Closeness activates emotional safety circuits in the brain and increases cooperation. But attachment and differentiation exist in tension. The closer two people become, the more their identities begin to overlap. Without awareness, overlap can slowly replace individuality. And this is not because love is harmful, but because the mind prefers simplicity. A shared identity feels simpler than navigating two separate internal worlds. Most people don't wake up one day feeling erased. Instead, they notice smaller signs. A hobby that quickly disappeared, a thought left unsaid, a preference that no longer feels worth mentioning. Identity rarely vanishes loudly. It fades politely through adaptation. And adaptation often looks like maturity from the outside. As you listen, I want you to consider, when was the last time you chose something simply because it reflected who you are, not because it fit the relationship? And do your decisions begin with curiosity or with negotiation? When you imagine yourself alone, even briefly, does your sense of self feel clear or slightly unfamiliar? These questions aren't judgments. They are observations. Relational gravity is not something we need to resist. It is something we learn to move within. Because the real psychological shift is not choosing between me or we. It is understanding that both identities were always meant to exist side by side. A relationship does not require you to return to who you were before it began. And individuality doesn't require distance from the people you love. Healthy connection is not a merging that erases differences. It is an integration that makes space for it. When a clear sense of self exists inside the partnership, decisions become intentional instead of automatic. Voices don't compete, they coexist. The strongest we is not built from two people becoming the same. It is built from two distinct individuals learning how to move in alignment without losing internal direction. So, as we move forward in this series, the goal is not to pull away from connection, but to understand how identity and intimacy can expand together. You were never meant to choose between being yourself and being a part of something shared. Connection doesn't ask you to disappear. It asks you to arrive fully and stay. In the next episode, we begin to explore the early psychological signs of identity drift, not as a warning to separate, but as an invitation to become more aware of how me and we evolve together. This is Relational Gravity. where two identities continue moving side by side.